I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. I and all sentient beings, until we achieve enlightenment, go for refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. Through the virtues I collect by giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha for the benefit of all. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from suffering. May no one ever be separated from their happiness. May everyone have equanimity, free from hatred and attachment. The ground sprinkled with perfume and spread with flowers, the great mountain, four lands, sun and moon, seen as a Buddha land and offered thus, may all beings enjoy such pure lands. I offer without any sense of loss the objects that give rise to my attachment, hatred, and confusion, my friends, enemies, strangers, our bodies and enjoyments. Please accept these and bless me to be released directly from the three poisons. Idam Guru Ratnam Mandalikam Niryatyami. From the hearts of all the holy beings, streams of light and nectar flow down, granting blessings and purifying. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the land of the snows, you are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasure of unobservable compassion, Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom, and Vajrapani, the destroyer of the host of Maras. O Venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all three jewels, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make requests. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainment. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the land of the snows, you are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasure of unobservable compassion, Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom, and Vajrapani, the destroyer of the host of Maras. O Venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all three jewels, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make requests. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainments. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the scholars of the land of the snows, you are Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajradhara, the source of all attainments. Avalokiteshvara, the treasure of unobservable compassion, Manjushri, the supreme stainless wisdom, and Vajrapani, the destroyer of the host of Maras. O Venerable Guru Buddha, synthesis of all three jewels, with my body, speech, and mind, respectfully I make requests. Please grant your blessings to ripen and liberate myself and others, and bestow the common and supreme attainments. I am making this podcast to hopefully begin to fulfill the requests of Grandmother Earth, the Ancient One of the Inuit, who have asked me to heal all of their people, and for the Australian Aboriginal ancestor who asked me to reawaken his brothers and sisters. Hello, welcome. My name is Kathleen. The spirit name I have been given is White Buffalo Calf Woman. Today's episode is entitled The Measure of Success. In these degenerate times and backwards ways of living, people obviously measure success by completely backwards standards. I feel sorry for everyone that has fallen into this trap. I fell for it when I was young because I did not know any better, but eventually found my way out. The more people that get sucked into trying to impress others with their wealth and status, or even with the crimes they have committed, the worse their futures will be. Sadly, when people value what is actually completely worthless and look up to those individuals that are totally immersed in ignorance, society degrades at an amazing rate. The future is looking dim for those people. We can measure the success of a community based on the worst conditions that can be found within it. Are there homeless people? Are there poor sections filled with crime, addictions, and low standards of living? Then that shows the real success of that community. It's not the rich sections, the biggest or tallest buildings, the grandest homes that show success. Those actually show failure and backwardness filled with greed and selfishness. The true measure of success in a community is that everyone is taken care of, that everyone has a home, health care, food to eat, clean water to drink, all the necessities in life. When you have a community that no longer has any homeless people and is caring for the poorest people and providing what everyone needs, then you're seeing a successful community. When those with money are using their wealth to benefit the people in the community, you know that those people are doing the right thing and are overcoming their selfishness and greed. Until those things happen and people learn to live the good way, the community is a failure. Leaders often foolishly talk about economic success, as if that has the most value in life. They talk about the profits that they will bring in. They talk about jobs being brought into a community because they push the backward values they have bought into and try to make others believe it. This is how they control people. The rich want to get richer, and they want to do that off the backs of others. They know that only a handful of people can truly be rich in this world, but they dangle that carrot of money in front of everyone to enslave them into a false hope of becoming rich too. If you have rich people, then you have far more poor people. Those rich people create a ridiculous number of lives in which they will live in extreme poverty and experience all the lack that they are causing others now. They will live many more lives as a poor person than a rich one due to their own actions. There is such an overwhelming greed that pervades societies and communities that infects individuals. They all want to have as much money for themselves as possible, to get all the material possessions they can get, and think that when they die rich, they will have had a successful life. It is only on their deathbed that they realize they completely wasted their entire life pursuing meaningless, valueless money and possessions. They did not use their life doing good for others or preparing for their deaths and future lives, but wasted it being selfish and greedy. It is on their deathbed that they finally realize the horrors that await them, but by then it's too late. Leaders that want to care for a community and want everyone to be taken care of are what is needed, but because so many people think and live backwards, they don't want those types of leaders. They want a leader that will promise them more of the things they desire. They don't they don't care if anyone else is suffering as long as they can have more money with better paying jobs and less taxes. Businesses function in the same way because it is the same type of people running those companies. The harm grows greater over time, not only for the ones that are suffering now, but the harm those selfish individuals create for themselves and the greater harm their companies create. The heads of companies and the owners of businesses will create great harm to themselves because of the numbers of people they affect. The more people you are responsible for, the more harm you cause yourself if you do not look after all of them the best you can. If you cheat and bully employees with low wages, poor working conditions, or cheat customers with poorly made products, or bad customer service, or cheat suppliers in any way, you will have to go through that yourself in lifetime after lifetime, reaping what you have sown until you clear up all that negative karma you've created for yourself. You will have to live the life of each and every individual you have mistreated and experience exactly what you put them through yourself in those lifetimes. How many people have you affected? Hundreds? Thousands? Millions? Billions? Then you'll have to go through that many lifetimes to clear up all the negative karma you created for yourself by your own actions. The same goes for politicians or anyone that is in a position of authority over others. When you abuse your position and harm those you are supposed to be caring for, you create lifetimes of misery for yourself. You're not more clever than anyone you harm. You're actually far more foolish. You're not smarter than others if you get away with committing a crime, because you never get away with it. If you manage to live your entire life without ever getting caught, you will have to face it when you die and in the lifetimes ahead, as all those crimes you committed will happen to you. People that live backwards lives lack true wisdom, and they always pay for their ignorance. To be successful in life, you need to be kind and do your best to not harm any living being. You need to help and care for everyone around you, including strangers and even those you may consider an enemy. The more you behave in these ways, the truer you are being to your real self, the more you will genuinely like yourself and have real self-esteem. You will have the conviction that you are doing the right thing and can believe in yourself. It is who you are on the inside that matters most, not what you look like. Anyone that judges you for your appearance is backwards and can be ignored because they are clueless as to what truly matters in life. Their opinion is worthless. We all need to work to overcome our egos, our self-cherishing, and our self-grasping to the best of our ability. We need to let go of those desires that will ultimately harm us. We need to be content with our lives and to be happy and have peace in our hearts as our life is now. We would be wise to spend more time really evaluating our lives and working towards improving our spirituality so that we can have peace and pleasure in the future. Purifying our negative karma and trying our best to not engage in harmful actions will help to reduce and eliminate bad things happening to us in the future. Dedicating our positive actions will help us keep that karma so we can have good things happen to us in the future. When the day comes that we have stopped doing negative things and only do positive things, we will truly be successful. When we have gained realizations and furthered our spirituality so that we feel bliss and have let go of all the trappings of this false, material, physical appearance of life, we will be successful. When we have learned to love all things in life and everything we encounter, we will be successful. When we have changed our mind from one of self-grasping to one of cherishing others, we will be successful. Those are the true measures of success in life. We can all do it. Having a human life is the best existence to have to make spiritual progress like this. We hold the key to freedom within ourselves. We can locate that key and use it during this very lifetime if we choose to. We are the only ones that can free ourselves. No one else can do it for us. This is wonderful news because that means we don't have to wait for someone else to come along. We don't have to hope that someone else will do this for us. We have the power to do this ourselves, and we can do this whenever we want to. We can start right now to work towards having a truly successful life. I'm trying my best to work towards having this success in my life. I may not be as quick as some other people, and I may struggle from time to time, but I keep trying, and one day I will get there. I'm no more special than anyone else. I'm a flawed human and make mistakes. I seem to be a slow learner, but I am getting there bit by bit. Most of the success I have had with my spirituality is due to the effort I put into this in past lives. I am fortunate that I have this imprinting and can make progress in this very lifetime. You may find that when you begin to work towards improving your life in a good way, that you may also have done work in past lives and be surprised at what you discover. We can all work on ascending spiritually and living the good way, not only to make our lives better, but those around us as well. In fact, we will be helping every living being that exists when we choose to reach for true success. In the next 3 podcasts, I'll be taking a closer look at the 3 poisons. These are the 3 main things that are poisoning our minds and keeping us trapped in this cycle of uncontrolled rebirth and suffering. After that, I hope to do a series on the places you may find you have taken uncontrolled rebirth in. These are places you have been in your past lives, uncountable times, and places you may find yourself in your future lives again, especially if you do not do work on gaining any spiritual success in this life. It is because I truly wish for you to be happy that I don't want you to suffer anymore by showing you how we all make mistakes and that we can all overcome them and work towards real, lasting happiness. I'm not focusing on negative things to instill fear, but showing you love by trying to help you avoid those negative things in your life, to help you free yourself from suffering. Thank you for listening to this podcast. May all the Buddhas and holy beings send blessings to you and your loved ones. Omni Padme Hum, Omni Padme Hum, Omni Padme Hum. Tari 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 Soha, Tari 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 Soha, Tari 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 Soha. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Vajrayaki Vatrana Soha, Om Vajrayaki Vatrana Soha, Om Vajrayaki Vatrana Soha. I wish to dedicate all the virtuous actions I have performed to all sentient beings everywhere, that we may all achieve enlightenment and be free from the suffering of samsara as quickly as possible.